Google Stitch promises to handle your design work. And after my first test, I believed it. 80% of the work, done. Then I started using it on a real project, 26 screens. And by screen 5, everything started drifting. Stitch is genuinely useful for ideating, but it's not the 80% that everybody keeps saying. Design isn't solved for this, at least not for anything beyond a landing page. No matter what you feed it, your design system, your colors, your fonts, it starts drifting. Paddings are slightly different. Menus are slightly different, and those slight differences are jarring. You can't use this to present to a client because clients fixate on the first time they see their product taking form. That first impression needs to be consistent. Stitch generates each screen independently. No memory between them, so the navigation bar looks different on every screen, slightly different but different. The cards don't match, the spacing drifts. Each screen is fine on its own, but together they fall apart. The most I can use Stitch for is a baseline, something to work from. And once I accepted that, things got interesting. So what do you actually get from Stitch? I would call it 60% of the visual work. The layout structure, the general feel, the right ballpark for colors and typography. That part is real and it saves time. The other 40% is specific and it adds up fast. Stitch has no concept of the status bar, as an example. So every screen it generates starts content at the very top. On a real phone, your page title sits behind the camera then. Claude Code had to batch fix all 26 screens just to add proper top padding. Then there's the content problem. The app I was building is a price comparison tool for supermarkets. Stitch pulled in product images that don't belong because the app tracks commodities like flour and oil. There are no photos. It used store names from the wrong island. Small things individually, but exactly the kind of thing that a client would notice immediately. And then the big one was component standardization. One screen had a beautiful info card, warm background, brand fonts, a subtle decorative element. It looked right. Then I checked the other screens and one had a random speech bubble illustration. Another had a dark radiant bento card. A third had a giant gavel icon with a completely different button style. 4 screens and 4 different versions of the same card type. Because Stitch has no memory between screens, or not a solid enough memory at least. So I had to pick the best version and enforce it everywhere. That's the work Stitch can't do. If you've run into the same consistency wall with AI design tools, give this video a like. It helps more people find the honest take. But going back to what I was saying before, here's what made this useful instead of frustrating. I stopped expecting Stitch to be the design tool and started treating it like an ideation tool. And for this, I use Mobbin to find apps I like. I use Stitch with those references and color schemes I enjoy to generate a baseline layer of designs. And then I push those into a review system I built with Claude Code, where I fix the consistency, make things interactive, and then present something to the client that actually feels like a complete product, a consistent product. And I'm not even building the app at this stage. This is just the presentation layer. But it saves a ton of time compared to custom designing in Figma or hiring a designer. And the output still looks great because it comes from real references, real design systems, just assembled faster. So yeah, Stitch is useful, just not as a design tool, but as an ideation tool that feeds a bigger pipeline. If you can accept that, and you have something like Claude Code to pick up what it leaves behind, the output is genuinely good. If you expect Stitch to hand you a finished product, you'll hit the same wall I did by screen 5. Have you tried Stitch on something bigger than a single page? Tell me what happened with it in the comments. And if you've missed the first episode where I broke down Design.md and how it works with Stitch, that's right here. Subscribe. This is Afterwork.